Hi everyone, my name is Brianna. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna tell you guys how to move out into your own apartment. I just want to let you guys know, I thought that I was gonna do it the right way with the savings, with like at least a month worth of expenses and rent saved up in my savings. I didn't move out with none of that. I moved out with probably like one paycheck. You can do it with a head start, but you can also do it without one. So just to encourage you guys, I thought that was how I was gonna move out. Life happens, I spend my savings, I'm starting from the ground up, and that's what I'm doing. So step number one, I moved out making $15 an hour. So really all you have to do is add up all of your bills, all of your monthly expenses to see if you can afford it or not. If you guys want me to make a video sharing my personal bills and my monthly expenses, I can do that for you guys. Thankfully, I now make more than $15 an hour, but when I moved out, when I signed my lease, I was making $15 an hour. I pretty much have all the basic bills you would have, I just don't have any children. Once you calculate how much rent you can afford and how much are your bills cost, that is when you can start looking for apartments. My number one tip to you, if this is gonna be your first time ever moving out, when you are looking at reviews, look at apartments that people are writing. For me, I needed to move out quick and it was my first time. I looked at people that was like, oh, this is my first time moving and they made it so easy for me. Oh, the process was so quick and easy. Management was so helpful. Management went the extra mile for me. That's how you know, okay, a lot of people, they accept a lot of first timers, which a lot of first timers may not make that much income. They may be more lenient on requirements. Also, again, something you may not know, whenever you apply to apartments, that's going to be your next step. Once you have picked out, I would say pick out about 3. Pick out your safe option, your number 1 choice, and then your second best choice, okay? Make sure, of course, you tour the apartments. Another thing, whenever you're looking for reviews, look for people who have been there for a long time. A lot of apartments, what they will do, they will urge you, because when you get accepted to your apartment and you move in, you're on cloud 9, you love them. They're gonna urge you to make a review like the first couple days, the first month that you're there, and stuff usually doesn't start going bad until a couple months later. So take all the most current reviews with a grain of salt, and then try to look at people that's like, oh, I've lived here for a whole year and I still love it. I've lived here for 5 years. My grandparents or my parents have lived here. I put my son through college all 4 years. He had no problems here. You are going to have to pay to apply for an apartment. Even if you're not interested in moving into an apartment, I chose an apartment, the cheapest application fee. The cheapest application fee I was able to find was $45. There are some applications fee upwards of $200. If you've never applied for an apartment before and you don't know if you're gonna get approved, you don't want to pay a whole bunch of money. So again, even if you're not interested, and they have to tell you why, they will send you basically a letter of why you didn't get approved. So if you don't get approved and they tell you why, let's say it's because of your credit. Okay, now you know you need to look for apartments that are lenient on credit. And other apartments will conditionally accept you. So if your credit is not that good, a lot of apartments will still accept you. You're just gonna have to pay a higher security deposit. I had good credit, so my security deposit was like $200. Some people have to pay a $500 security deposit, $700, or you have to put up more money up front, but you can still get accepted on a conditional offer. I got accepted conditionally because I didn't make 3 times the rent, or I was very close, like on that borderline. So that's another thing to note. There are ways to where you can kind of find loopholes and still get approved for your first apartment. So another thing, specials. A lot of apartments, they will waive your application fee, or they will waive your deposit, or they'll take off money. Again, even if you're not necessarily interested in moving into that apartment, at least you know you didn't pay a lot of money for your application fee, or you got it waived, just to see. You know, you always want that option. That's why I say pick you a safe option. So that's my advice. And once I seen that I got accepted really easy, I'm like, okay, I check all the boxes, I can start applying to where I really want to apply to. If you have any questions on actually how to apply to an apartment, most of it is online. You can go down to the leasing, but if you can fill out a job application, you can apply for an apartment. It's very basic, easy information. You've looked at your reviews, you've applied, you've seen, areas that you need to work on, you got approved. Now what? In my situation, how much did it cost me to move out into my apartment? The application fee, which was $45. I had to pay a $200 security deposit, and I had to pay my prorated rent, which was, I think, like $300 or something like that. It's really upfront. They will tell you the money that you need. I don't even think I had to pay first month's rent. I don't know if it was waived or what. I didn't have to pay that. $400 or $500 to move out. For questions I didn't answer, leave them down below. I can make a follow-up video. But I was able to move out with $15 an hour. And that was basically how I did everything.